Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, weekend eve, if you don't mind me saying, June 29th, 2017. Welcome to another edition of the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Today will be a heavy basketball content program. Gravelin State Tigers welcome their new head coach, Mr. Donte Jackson. We'll hear from him exclusively on the Mike Prince Show. CP3, Chris Paul, is now a Rocket. Where do they go from here? What does all that really mean? And congratulations to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff and with the NCAA SWAC champions. We'll explain that in a little bit more detail. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, coming to you each and every weekday, Monday through Friday, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can follow us on Twitter at Radio Guy. OBN Radio is the ID for Instagram. Open Mic Broadcast Network can be captured on YouTube or by way of Facebook. Don't forget, we have local coverage in the Prairie View City Limits, 87.9 FM. And if you happen to be on the go, simply dial 605-477-5066. How's everybody doing on this lovely Thursday? We've made it almost to another weekend, and there are all sort of things going on in and out the world of athletics. The NBA is steadily on the move, and particularly here in the Houston area. The Houston Rockets have now acquired the services of Chris Paul, affectionately known as CP3, and I'm a little bit confused, but, you know, who am I? I don't profess to be a basketball guru by any stretch of the imagination. I prefer college and high school ball in the basketball rankings over the NBA. But the Rockets have made it official. They have announced that Chris Paul will be coming to the Rockets, and in return they send 7 players to the Clippers. That is a lot for one ball player who has 11 years of knowledge of NBA underneath his wheels. But however, they've officially acquired the superstar. And my question is, you already have Harding, and now you add CP3. What about a post guy? They do say they have to make some other moves and some other things that need to be done, but I'm scratching my head on this one. Is it too little, too late? I thought the whole process for the Rockets was to make sure that Harding would be comfortable in the role of being the point man. He, I believe, adjusted to that somewhat well, but who am I to see? The stacking continues. Rockets trying to get in on the action to try to catch up with the Warriors. Meanwhile, we discussed on yesterday that Carmelo Anthony was asking for a way out, so they decided to give Phil Jackson his way out. So how will the Knicks try to soothe the aching heart of Carmelo Anthony and add what he needs, or will he try to find a way to end up with LeBron James to try to capture his first title? That seems to be the trending thing to do, not taking anything away from KD or any of these guys that quest to win these championships. But, man, it just builds so much on your legacy if you can build it. I would have loved to see Westbrook and KD get another player to help them with that three-headed monster, and they did something at OKC, but that's neither here nor there. He's got his championship, got the MVP, so it is what it is. But it's going to be very interesting to see how Paul and Harding work this out. Paul is not as much of a ball hog as Harding, so Harding could end up going back to the shooting guard, which is more than likely what the plan's going to be. But it's all bewildering to me. Secure your big man and then let the other stuff be the other stuff, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But who am I? I'm just a radio guy trying to bring a little sense to the madness going in, out, and all around. We're talking about bringing some sense to things. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll hear from the newly hired head basketball coach for the Grambling State Tigers, Mr. Donte Jackson. You listen to the Mike Prince Show for the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, ktorradio.com and obnradio.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, providing daily coverage for you each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We do feature coverage for the Southwest Athletic Conference, the MEAC Conference, and we got another big announcement coming up here real soon. Can't wait to let it be known on how things are going to unfold. And speaking of unfolding, the athletic director for the Grambling State Tigers, Mr. Paul Bryant, the new Paul Bryant, as I affectionately call him, he has let it be known that he has found his man for the new basketball job, head coaching job for the Grambling State Tigers, and that is none other than Mr. Donte Jackson. Now, Donte Jackson is coming in. This is his first D1 job, but he's a young man who has really earned his rankings, if you will, and he has moved up, and it's an exciting time for GSU and the Tiger Nation, as Coach was introduced on yesterday during a news conference, and he was very excited and very thankful for being able to be a part of the Tiger family. We were fortunate enough to catch up with Coach Jackson on the phone line. We are connected here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and so what we're going to do right now is switch over to a phone conversation, and we'll continue on with the new hire for the Grambling State Tigers. We'll now switch over to our conversation with the new basketball coach, Donte Jackson, for the Grambling State Tigers.
We're fortunate enough to have on the phone lines with us right now the newly hired basketball coach for the Grambling State Tigers, and that is none other than Mr. Donte Jackson. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great, Doc. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for making yourself available for the Open Mic Broadcast Network family. Give us a briefing of your background and how you landed in G Country.
Well, honestly, I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised. I attended school at Central State University in Ohio. I played there. I ended up taking a head assistant job at Central State, working my way to the head coaching position. While at Central State for 4 years as a head coach, won there, then took the opportunity down at Stillman in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Ended up turning Stillman into a pretty good team. We ended up going to the NCAA tournament, finishing in round of 32. Then the year after, ended up winning 22 games and had an opportunity to interview for the G country, and I'm here.
And you're there, and no stranger to your athletic director, Coach Bryant. I call him Coach. The new Paul Bryant, the Bear.
The new Paul Bryant.
Yes, sir. And so that could have made it a very easy transition for you. But now that you're here, what's the style of basketball that you are accustomed to running through your systems?
Well, honestly, everywhere I've been, I've always been in the top 2-3 points actually scored, and also been in the top 2-3 of defensive points allowed. So my goal is to make sure we're getting up and down, pushing tempo, and doing a great job of guarding the ball. One thing I'm always preaching to our kids is paint touches, and then on the defensive end, keep people out of the paint. I believe you have to manufacture paint touches through dribble drive or post touches.
With that being said, Coach, it is somewhat late in the recruiting season. How does that affect your next moves as far as building on what you already have as an inheritance from Grambling, and what do you look that can be an immediate impact that you can bring to the table as far as the recruiting side?
Well, with recruiting right now, we're just looking for the best player available. And, that's the main thing. We got to find some kids that fit our style, that's out here late, that's still looking for opportunities. And we just want to make sure we get the best kid available. That's just bottom line when it comes to recruiting. I'll figure out our style of play from that point on.
So you just adjust to whatever you have on deck, right?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about coaching. Every year you go in with a mind state that it's going to be this way, and then periodically throughout the season, due to injury, could be due to different other unforeseen circumstances, you got to adjust. So every day as a coach, you got to look to adjust and make adjustments.
Well, I know everything has been moving at bullet speed to you right now with everything happening, just being announced. How soon is it before you start making some contact with the old players to try to get acquainted with them and start getting your feet wet as far as how things go at Grambling University?
Well, the good thing is I've already made contact. We've already been in touch with the players. I've had the opportunity for the last month or so to actually come here throughout Tuesdays and Thursdays and kind of get a chance to deal with the players, get a chance to interact with them, kind of tell them how we want to play and some of the things I want to do throughout the program. So I've already been doing that.
Well, very good. Well, you say you're one step ahead of the game there, man.
Hey, well, at the end of the day, you get into this thing and you got to sacrifice and you got to find a way to get it done. And I believe in getting it done and not making excuses.
Well, when reading your statements from the press release that was released on you seem very grateful to be in this opportunity to serve the Grambling Nation and looking forward to building on what was a pretty productive season on last year. Could you summarize what it was like for you to know that you were the chosen one?
It was just excitement, and it's still at times surreal. And you sit back and, you're working, kind of your whole coaching career to kind of get to this point of being at the Division I level and competing with the big boys. And now that it's here, you don't even have time. It's not like you can save it the moment. You got to get to working.
Well, sir, we do welcome you to the SWAC family. As always, we look forward to hearing from you and developing with you as you and the G-Men will be taking on the hardwood. Anything you want to share with the Open Mic family before we shut this segment down, sir?
One thing is, I really appreciate the time that you actually reached out to me, and it's my first actual phone interview, so, Doc, I appreciate it.
Well, Dan, we'll have a lasting memory with you coming over to the Southwest Athletic Conference, your first interview with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I like that.
Definitely, sir.
All right, Coach of the Grambling State Tigers, Mr. Donte Jackson, the new hire for the Grambling State Tigers. They'll be taking the hardwood for the 2017-18 campaign. And, Coach, we wish you well and appreciate your time. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.
And once again, we do thank Coach Donte Jackson for making himself available. And you heard him say that this was his first radio interview, phone interview. So we're kind of glad to be a part of his historical approach and induction here to the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Now, prior to being signed by Grambling State, Jackson spent 3 years or 3 seasons as the head basketball coach for Stillman College, which is right in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Now, looking and going over his record, it wasn't a flop or a fluke. 66-21 overall, and won the 2016 Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, also known as the SWAC tournament. And he's earned a berth, as you heard him say, in the NCAA tournament, where they defeated West Georgia in the first round, and they did advance to the round of 32. So Grambling State, steady locking and loading, adding more fuel to the fire, if you will. You have the leadership of Coach Fobbs on the football side, and now with Walker actually having a pretty decent year, they whatever reasons, they agreed to go separate ways, and now you have the new man in town, Mr. Donte Jackson. And Jackson, as you heard, very excited, very thankful for the opportunity. It's no stranger that he and new athletic director, Coach Paul Bryant, have a history and have a winning history together. So when you're accustomed to people and styles of movement, then you know this is part of this business. You make moves, and the moves get made, and you hope that everything works out and do what needs to be done. So Grambling State on the move, the SWAC is on the move, and a whole lot of things are on the move. We're going to have to be on the move here. Take us a break, and when we come back, we'll bring you more information and things going on throughout the world of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it where you got it, and we'll be right back. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
This is Willie Simmons, head football coach at Prairie View A&M University. I'm sitting here with my main man, Mike Prince. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Listen to the Mike Prince Show weekdays on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is OBN Radio. Don't forget, we are on Facebook, Open Mic Broadcast Network. Tune in Radio is Open Mic Broadcast Network. And all of that is not accessible to you. We still have a remedy. We're calling it our low-tech app. And all it is a phone number, 605-477-5066. You lock that number in, and you can listen to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, programming exclusively here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You just heard last segment where we were able to capture Brother Donte Jackson from the Grambling State Tigers on his newly appointed position as the head basketball coach for the Grambling State Tigers. And although I am a Prairie View A&M alumni, proud Prairie View A&M alumni, we cover the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I have a deep love and passion for this conference, and we want to do due diligence for each and every school institution that is represented by this conference. Why am I saying all that? Because we have a 24-hour message line where you can call in and you can promote your squad. You can bring updates. You can crack a joke if you want to, long as it's clean, because we do promote family programming. And all you have to do is dial 713-570-6736. That number again is 713-570-6736. You can dial that number 24 hours a day. Leave your questions, comments, concerns, response to any show episodes that we provide. You can go back to our website at obnradio.com, track down any of the archive shows that we do daily here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and get yourself caught up, or just get in where you fit in, and we will give you all we can while we can. And speaking of giving all you can while you can, I want to give a congratulations to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Now, I've got to admit that this one kind of snuck up on me. It was not even on my radar. I'm not ever going to profess to be more than what I'm not. And Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lion softball team became the statistical champions for the NCAA. And how this all works out, that after the conclusion of the 2017 softball season, Arkansas Pine Bluff was earned the NCAA Team Statistical Championship. So they'll get a plaque from the NCAA in this regard. Now, the Lady Lions, they set a school record for wins, which was 20, and they also had the best Southwestern Athletic Conference softball tournament finish, with a fourth-place finish overall in Coach Kevin Montgomery's first season for the dugout, led by the country in triples per game, and they also had earned 20 triples in 44 games this season. So that was good to be the nation's best at a .45 per outing. So they averaged just about a little bit under a triple per game. And in all, Arkansas Pine Bluff totals was tied for fifth best in the country. 9 players contributed to the cause, for which the 4 players were picking up multiple tallies and stats, and leading University of Arkansas Pine Bluff was Miss Taylin Moody, Cameron Graham, and I believe you had those 2 with leading in triples on the year. Miss Shanice Atkins and Alexandria Taylor had 3 triples apiece as well. So University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions is one of the 3 Southwestern Athletic Conference teams that finished in the top 10 for triples per game. Alabama State, which finished with the second most triples, they had a total of 22. They finished 4th with a .39 per game, .39 triples per game. Then you had Jackson State. They finished 9th. They had 16 triples in 48 games. So once again, congratulations to the Lady Golden Lions of University of Arkansas Pine Bluff for their success in winning the statistical championships for the 2017 NCAA softball era. Did not know that existed, but that's what reading is all about. We're going to take us another break, and when we come back, we'll have some more information on things going on around PV Nation and a whole lot more. You listen to the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is June 29th, 2017.
Hi, this is Penny Lucas White, head women's volleyball coach at the Alabama State University. I'm calling to inform you that volleyball kickoff date for all SWAC teams are August 25th. We also will have our first SWAC roundup that will be hosted by Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas on September 22nd through the 24th. Then it will be followed up with the second roundup of the SWAC in Montgomery, Alabama on October 20th through the 22nd on the campus of Alabama State University. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, ktorradio.com and obnradio.com.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Want to thank you all so much for tuning in, joining, and sharing our daily content, because we do strive to be unique in our own way of service and provide cutting-edge information, news, comments, and just sometimes just give you something to think about. We are classified as a variety talk show. We do cover a lot of sport talk, but that is not just what our limitations are. We try to choose to stay within that realm to try to keep a balance on life, but from time to time, we will break out with some news that you could use. How does that sound? Speaking of news that you can use, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers will be celebrating their 43rd National Alumni Association Convention, July the 19th, through the 22nd in Houston, Texas. For more information, you can simply dial 936-857-5817. That number again is 936-857-5817. The 43rd annual convention will be a $300 registration form or registration fee, and you go ahead and take care of that. It goes to help cover scholarships and things of that nature for PV Nation and abroad. Don't forget, we have some upcoming events that will be taking place here starting on July the 4th. We will be live in Waller, Texas. I almost said Waller County, but it is within Waller County. We'll be in Waller, Texas for the 9th annual Waller Freedom Fest. It will be a celebration of independence. We are there live, been there live for the last 9 years, and can't wait to get there to make sure things are taken care of on the broadcast side. We'll be there broadcasting and interviewing community leaders, members, and just having a grand old time in Waller County, Texas. And we'll next be in Birmingham, Alabama on July the 14th for the SWAC Media Day. That will take place on July the 14th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Plan to be there with bells on. We'll be there interviewing and talking to all SWAC coaches and players. We gave over the list on yesterday on who all are the projected student athletes to be in presence for the SWAC Media Day. So that, you can catch us on Radio Row there. And then our big papa here locally will be the annual preseason football show that we'll have featured with all of our Waller County led teams, the Waller Bulldogs, the Hempstead Bobcats, the Rose Hill Christian Eagles, and, of course, Willie Simmons of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. That will be August the 21st from 6 to 8 p.m., and it will be live here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. If you're in the local area, all you have to do is go to 87.9 FM. But regardless of where you are, you can simply dial in at 605-477-5066 and listen live to the broadcast. And if you happen to miss that, we'll also have it on demand or at Open Mic Broadcast Network's website at obnradio.com. So much going on, and as we say, a short time to get there. And speaking of short times to get in there, I've run out of time yet again. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, dial in on our message line at 713-570-6736. Shout out for your school. Represent your SWAC Nation. Represent your MEAC Nation. Let us know that you're in the house. 713-570-6736. We want to thank Grambling State's basketball coach, Donte Jackson, making themselves available. Thank you for making yourselves available. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, it is a joy to bring you this program daily and keep it rolling by tuning in. Until the next time, you be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.